Welcome into an episode of Farming Simulator 25, guys. So this series is going to be a series in which we start off with a small rice farm. And this is going to be the farm, but I'm going to take you through the process of buying all the machines and stuff and getting them up here as well. But this is going to be the place that we have. And we're going to try and build up a big enough either rice farm that we can get into some other stuff, or just have a huge rice farm that we make a ton of money doing that. So let's get started. So we're on the map of Hutan, Pantai. This doesn't exactly matter, but we're going to start with 500,000, 0 loan, normal difficulty, no farm, no guided tour. We have all of our mods turned off except for the Macdon, or mod/DLC, I guess. Alright, so here we are on the Asian map. We're at the store. Let's hop into here and figure out what we want to buy. So first things up, we need the rice equipment, so let's go down to that. And here we go. We're going to do the normal rice, not the long grain rice, so we're going to need this rice planter here. That's going to cost us 25,500. There's no options for that, so we'll do that. Down to 474,000. Let's get the harvester. We're going to need that as well. There goes another 95,000. That one only has the license plate as an option. Then we are going to skip on a few things just because for example, the roller. It's 46,500, and I don't know, it's only going to affect the yield by 2%. We don't have the money to be spending on all the tools. We'll get a weeder here. We're going to get the smallest one, 6,500. Again, no options here, so we'll buy that. Then we are going to be needing, we're also going to skip the stone picker. That's the other one we're going to be skipping. We're not going to be picking up any stones. So we'll get a small cultivator. I was actually planning on getting this one, and then I saw this one is actually cheaper, and it's also wider, so you're looking at 3 meters to 4 meters. So we'll buy this. Again, no options. There we go. And we're going to need some sort of vehicle to pull those pieces of equipment around. And I was thinking to go with a telehandler, but I might better off with a small tractor. I haven't actually really looked at what we need power-wise. That's 110. And weeder would be 60. So some of the other things we're going to need, we're going to actually buy, in the barrels category, we're going to buy a small water trailer. This is going to be 5850. This you can change the rim color. Maybe we'll go with some chrome. Is that actually chrome? Oh, yeah, it says down here, chrome, okay. Yeah, we'll go with the chrome. Actually, that's an extra $1,000 that we probably don't need right now. We'll go back to white. Alright, let's buy that. 5850. We need all the money we can get right now, guys. We can customize at a later point. And one of the last things that we're going to need is something for fertilizing and liming. So we're going to need a fertilizer spreader. And if we were just fertilizing, this would be alright. But we're going to fertilize and lime. So we're going to need something a little bigger. So we're going to go with this. Again, we could get the extensions, but with the amount of money we have, we're going to try and save as much as we can right now, and we can increase that later. So 45,000. Then for tractors, I think we're going to go with this Fendt. And if we need 110 horsepower, that means we're going to have to upgrade to the max engine in here, which has 114. That's going to cost us 104,000. So we'll buy that. Alright. So here is all of our equipment for now. And we'll get this up there and in place. So we got the weeder on the front. Hopefully we can make a few less trips if we can manage to haul this around. So I actually didn't buy any land yet. And we're going to buy basically the starting piece of land, which is right here, number 30. So this one costs $47,000. And the reason we wanted that is there's only actually these 3 fields that are the short grain rice when you start on this map. And this one actually includes these greenhouses, which we can then use. If we just put water in, we can get the saplings out and then use the saplings to plant our field, which is going to save us a little bit of money. I think we'll end up buying another field, but I don't really want to pay $83,000 for this. It seems like kind of a small amount of field area. Look at all this extra out here. So I think we will look at getting another piece of land. It's just a matter of if we can find a piece that's somewhat small so we can actually afford it, and then it's also somewhat flat, because in order to make it into a rice field it's going to be fairly expensive, because you have to flatten the terrain, so it might have to raise some terrain, might have to lower some, and yeah, it becomes very expensive. Even if you don't have to raise or lower much, it's still kind of expensive just to change it into a rice field. So we may have to harvest this field many, many times to basically be able to afford some other fields, but this is kind of just the basic stuff right now. I think we will end up having to buy a small trailer as well to store the grains of rice. Because I'm not sure the optimal time to sell it, and I'm not even sure, even if we were to take the vehicle which harvests it, the harvester, I think we could take it all the way to the spot and unload it there, but it's very, very slow, so I wouldn't really want to do that. I suppose this field might be an option depending on the price. I think the houses and stuff are included in that one, so that one might not be as cheap, and you actually think you get the greenhouses there too, so. But yes, here is the field that we bought, just this one here. So I'm going to drive around and park our equipment back over here. Let's put that here. I'm going to turn this right back around. Let's see if we can drop that right here. And we'll go back and grab some more stuff. Alright, so we've hooked up to the water trailer. And we're just going to head down over here. There's a small waterway. We should be able to fill this up for free. And get some saplings from that. And end up being able to plant our field for the next year. So it's actually ready to harvest right now. Our field is anyways. We will get that harvested here soon. There we go, finally got it. We could have picked a bigger source of water, which would have made that a little bit easier, but... Alright, we have our water. Let's take it back and fill up the rice saplings greenhouses. Alright, here we are. So we'll fill this up. And I believe we can fill this up once more. I can't remember exactly how much water this takes. Oh, okay, one full trailer does actually give it just enough. I didn't pay attention to how many liters this small water trailer can hold either, so that might be something we have to take a look at to see exactly how much water it actually holds. So we got to make another trip back and grab the fertilizer. Actually, we don't need to grab that trailer right now. We're gonna have to buy a small trailer to put our grain in to take that to sell, because like I said, the actual harvester itself is very slow. We do not want to drag that thing everywhere. So we'll buy a small trailer, we'll take that back. We'll leave the big trailer there because we won't need that until after our harvest. And then we'll have to buy fertilizer and lime for that. So we'll need it there to fill it up. So we'll go grab the small trailer and the harvester. We'll obviously need the planter there shortly after as well. Alright, here we are, picking up the Iseki HJ6130. And this thing has a top speed of 7 miles per hour. So as you can imagine, this is going to take a while to get up to there, and our farm isn't really that far. I'd say it's a decent distance, but it's not, one side of the map all the way to the other. This will probably take us an extra 10 minutes just to get it there, so I will drive this back there and cut back to you guys once we are back to the store. We'll pick up the other machine, the rice planter for the saplings. Then we'll go back to the store one last time. We'll buy the small trailer, bring that all the way back, then we'll do the harvest. Alright, finally we have made it with this piece of machinery. We'll go back and grab the other two. Here we got the Iseki PRJ8D. This one is a little faster, but we'll get this one up there, and then we'll go back at the trailer like we said earlier, and then we'll start the harvest. Alright, here we are with the rice saplings, rice planter? I don't know why I said rice saplings. Okay, now we gotta buy a small trailer. And it doesn't need to hold a lot because there really isn't that much rice. What is this? Up to 8? That would cost an extra 3,000. That probably would be good for a while. Yeah, I think we'll just go with that. So we'll hop in here. $9,000 gone, so we're down to $152,000, guys. And we haven't even started farming. We have all of the equipment, and we technically don't even have all. We still need a roller and a stone picker at some point. And actually we probably are going to need a plow as well. We're going to play with periodic plowing on. I haven't jumped into the settings at all, but we're going to try and play, with all of the harder settings on. Alright, there we go. We have arrived with our last piece of machinery. So, actually let's take a quick look at the map again. We have 152,000. If we look around at some of the other land, like that one's 130, we could afford some of these. What with the amount of terraforming we would have to do. We actually could buy this one, which is kind of surprising. It would make the prices of these ones go up quite drastically. So, for example, this one, 136, yeah, we could do that. We could change it into a rice field, but the amount of money we would spend would put us into the negative, I'm sure. I think I'll have to take a closer look at some of these fields and see if we do end up wanting to buy one, because obviously we want to spend as much of this money as possible so that we have the largest farm possible, and that would then allow us to get the most out of all of the area that we have. I'm going to turn on the assist and kind of just want to let it run here and hopefully get the most out of our fields. I usually do a layer where I'm quite far outside of the area just to make sure that I get it all. But with the GPS, it's going to make this a little bit easier. It's going to get all the way to the edge, but also we'll get as far inside as we can, basically. So that's going to make this much easier. We could hire an AI worker as well. We do have money, but this is the only field we have, so we don't really need to like hire them and go do something else, or you know, have a bunch of AI workers and nothing for us to do. So we'll do this field. We'll use the GPS, the new feature. Pretty cool. I have no idea when the best time is to sell rice. I also have no idea what this rice actually sells for. I suppose that's something we can answer here in just a second, but I think I did this field much earlier when I first started FS25. I believe we're going to get around 4,500 or something from it. I can't quite remember exactly what we had, but I think it was something like that. So again, we want to get pretty much as much property as we possibly can, and that way we can, you know, plant it and get all the crops off of it. I'm not sure if we'll do contracts on here or not. I'm kind of thinking I don't want to, but I'm not against it at this point. Also not sure if I will be taking out any loans. I also kind of don't really want to, but maybe we will. I tried to go with like the minimum amount of money we could that would allow us to get all the equipment that we need, and it was either 100,000 or 500,000, and just this machine is 95,000. So that, you know, pretty much ruled out anything else out of the picture, because yeah, if this is 95, you know, you pretty much need a minimum of 500,000 then. So we spent 350-ish so far to get the land and pretty much everything you see here, plus the one trailer back at the shop for fertilizer and lime. We could have, you know, got a bigger tractor, or we could have got a bigger trailer or whatever, but again, we want to try and get the most amount of land, because that's where we're going to make the money. Once we start harvesting and making money, we can upgrade the equipment, but that's gonna be down the road. So I want you guys to put your guesses down in the comments below. How much do you think we're going to get from this field here? We're 37% full. I have no idea how much we've done as far as the percentage of the field goes. If I had to guess, I'd probably say around 10%. This line just does not want to go. There we go. I guess it's fine, it's on the end anyways. And if you guys have been playing, have you used the GPS much? Do you like it? I think that between the GPS and the AI, those are probably the coolest new things. I've used the AI quite a bit, messing around with it on stream, but haven't messed around with it at all off stream. I haven't really had many issues with it, but I've seen others have a lot of issues, so maybe it's not as improved as I thought it was, but it's been good for me so far. Maybe I haven't asked it to do anything crazy or something, but I don't know, it's always kind of funny to me how much field prep we have to do. And obviously it's you know, a simulator, so it's supposed to be like realistic, but we have to do so much field work, and then the harvest is like over in, you know, 20 minutes. You know, you might play the game for like 8-10 hours or whatever, doing all your everything you could do, you know, buying the machines, bringing them to your field, prepping the field with fertilizer, lime, rolling it, picking the rocks, all that kind of stuff, and then your harvest is over in 30 minutes or whatever. I know for this part I'm actually not following the GPS anymore, but I'm going to try and see if we can take off this edge while we go up to here. There we go. Sort of just keep it going around like we were. I also wish there was a little bit more options on the low end of stuff. If you're harvesting the short grain rice or wet rice, the one that we're doing, I guess it's not called short grain, the other one's just long grain. Normal grain. If you're harvesting this rice, there really isn't... Oh, we missed one piece there, or two. There really isn't much options. There's only one machine to plant and one machine to harvest, so that's kind of just what you're stuck with if you're doing rice. And actually, it's the same with spinach and green beans and peas. As far as the harvester goes, there's just one. I don't know if they're going to be adding more. I feel like those ones might be specialized enough that they won't. But I could see them adding more in a lot of other areas, which only have one machine to use. So for example, our trailer that we're using to lime and fertilize, that's the only one that spreads fertilizer, I think? Maybe it was lime, I can't remember. But all the other ones do one of them. That one does both, so that one's a little bit more useful, I guess. But yeah, there's no cheap sort of alternative to some of them. There was one, I think it does fertilizer for like 2,000, but it doesn't do lime. So if you want to lime and fertilizer fields, you gotta have this one specific trailer right now for 45,000, which is kind of a bummer. I think we're now good. We'll just go back and forth down the field this way. But it looks like we're closing in on 75%. We're probably 60% done with the field or so, I would say. It might not look like it, but again, we've got the outside, the farthest parts done. You know, the bigger area, if that makes any sense at all, but got to have the bigger area done. Now we got to do the smaller inner circle for it. And I think this holds 2,000 liters if I remember right, but we'll probably get like 22, I think it was, something like that out of here. I can't quite remember what it was, but I want to say it was something like that. I remember the machine was full and we had like one row left. And obviously this field is not very well taken care of. I think it had like 50% fertilization. I don't know about limes, rolling rocks and all that, but could definitely have been better for the harvest, so next one should be better. But alright, I think the harvesting is dragging on for a bit, so I will get this done and get back to you guys when we are done with the field. Or close to it anyways. Alright, this should be the last row here, guys. Maybe a little bit wide on the end. Oh, nope, we are we are full. So I accidentally ran over a little bit of our harvest, which is not good. I should have known. We need every dollar we can get. I can't believe I just did that. I don't know if that wasted any more or not, but probably did. There we go. We harvested an extra 40 liters. I think we probably missed, I don't know, maybe 10 or something. We ran over just a little bit. Actually, let me put this back. Roll out to here. And then we'll put it out. Is it not quite close enough? There we go. Okay, so now we can check the prices. And we have the short grain rice. I might have missed it. Nope, I saw the long grain. Here we go. So it looks like July and September. So next month, or hold it all the way around until next July. 2078. Actually, this one looks like it's paying 21.30. I'm not sure where they're getting this price, if I can see higher prices right now. Like 20.89 here is higher than that. Maybe I'll wait till next month to sell it though. So we'll go put this off on the side. We'll at least wait one month. This trailer's 25% full. So we actually could harvest 4 times before we even sell the rice on this field. Well, that is with this exact amount of, if we had the same fertilization and all that kind of stuff on the field. So, yeah, that one was fertilized 50%. Not sure about the lime and other stuff, but I think that will be it for this video, guys. And I'm going to look at buying some more land. Oops. And we have 150,000, so that might be episode 2. We'll see if we can buy some more and maybe terraform it and get this planted and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like that was a pretty good introductory episode to the series and got our first harvest out of the way. So there we go, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next one. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to watch another video, there's a random video on screen and another playlist. Please be sure to share the video, like it, comment, and subscribe. Turn on those bell notifications so you're notified when I upload. And until next time, peace.